Hello, creative people! Welcome to our channel. Today, we're going to dive into the world of drawing and watercolor. We're going to create an elegant and simple floral arrangement from start to finish. If you liked today's topic, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new videos. The materials and colors used are in the video description. Let's start with the orchid shapes step by step. Draw a circle. Now draw a smaller circle inside it. Orchids generally have 5 petals. Let's start drawing the side petals. For this, we'll make a kind of bow tie above the smaller circle. Now we'll make the top petal of the orchid, as if it were a cone. To finish, let's draw the 2 bottom petals. We'll make 2 cones starting from the middle of the smaller circle. The part I find a little more complicated is the center. I'll repeat the small circle here and draw the flower's center inside it. Draw the letter U above the center of the circle. Right below, draw another slightly wider U. Let's join the edges of the U to the base of the circle, forming a calyx. On the U above the calyx, let's join the edges in a sinuous way, as if they were 2 parentheses. Wow, this step is so difficult to describe. If you have an easier way to describe this step, please put it in the comments. Orchid petals have small grooves, like lines, running from the tip of the petals to the base. On the petal that looks like a bow tie, the grooves are like veins. The leaves are large, oval, and with very pronounced grooves. The bud is oval and has a kind of calyx at its base that holds the bud. Now that we know the basic shapes, let's draw an arrangement. I start by deciding where I want the flowers. For this, I use circles to define the area for the flowers. After positioning the circles, we'll draw the other elements of the orchid flower. We'll compose the arrangement by drawing the branch, buds, and leaves. Now let's learn how to draw a rose. We start with a circle. Since I want this rose facing the screen, I'll draw a letter C in the center of the circle, and then place another inverted letter C outside the first letter. This is the initial base. Now let's complete the rose by placing several irregular letter C's of various sizes around the center. Start drawing from the middle of the letter C until you meet the middle of the other letter C. As you approach the edges of the flower, increase the size of the letter to give the appearance of petals. To draw the rose facing a certain direction, we start by drawing an oval circle. Choose the direction your rose will point and place the center near the edge of the chosen side. Then complete the drawing of the rose with the petals, leaving the larger petals on the opposite side from the center of the flower. At the base of the flower, draw some thin leaves and the stem. The bud is quite large and oval. Start by drawing an oval circle. Place the center of the circle with the letter C at the top. From one end of the letter C, draw a line and divide the bud in half. Now draw small petals at the top to make it look like the bud is opening. At the base, draw long, thin, and irregular leaves. The closed bud is smaller, and the leaves surround it. The leaf is oval-shaped, medium-sized, but with thorns on the edges and very pronounced grooves. Let's draw the arrangement. To do this, I'll mark the placement of the flowers with circles, and from there we'll draw the petals and the rest of the flower. Now that we know how to draw these two flowers, let's create an arrangement with them and use watercolors. I've left the link to download the drawing template in the video description. It's completely free, and you don't need to fill out any forms. For the rose, I mixed Quinacridone rose with Prussian blue and started from the center of the flower. I draw the edges of the petals, and then with a damp brush, I spread the paint. This way, the edge of the petal becomes more evident. For the orchid petals, I used Payne's gray with Prussian blue. To make the other petals in a cone shape, I put a little Quinacridone rose on the tips. I teach the technique for this flower and other flowers in my book, Watercolor Flowers Without the Use of Sketches. There's also the book, Watercolor with Flavor, Delights Without the Use of Sketches. The books are for sale on Amazon. Links to buy and download are in the video description. Take advantage. There's still 3 for Kindle Unlimited and Prime subscribers. I have some news for you. Next month, I'll be publishing my newest book, Nature, Watercolor, and Drawing Step by Step. It's a complete guide to trees, rocks, trunks, shrubs, and moss. So stay tuned to buy and download the book on Amazon. Like the previous ones, this book will also be free for Kindle Unlimited and Prime subscribers. Let's take advantage of the paper still being damp and make the grooves. After the paper dries, draw the center of the orchids. Now we'll use a mixture of sap green and Mather Lake to make the foliage. In the background, I made a mixture of sap green and yellow ochre. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and feel inspired to create your own watercolor flowers. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any other weekly videos. If you have any questions or suggestions, leave them in the comments. Until next time, and thank you for watching the video until the end. Enjoy! They're still free for Prime and Kindle Unlimited subscribers.